Van de Beek dealt fresh blow after Everton message that could be true at Man United. Donny van de Beek fired a fierce demand to his Everton teammates to stand up and take some responsibility in a message that would be equally appropriate in the Manchester United dressing room. The Dutch midfielder swapped life on the bench at Old Trafford for a relegation scrap at Goodison Park after agreeing to a loan switch in January until the end of the season. Yet despite a couple of decent performances from the 24-year-old, the Toffees have won just one of the 6 matches he has appeared in. Frank Lampard's side are teetering precariously above the relegation zone after a March which saw them lose 2 of their 3 Premier League fixtures, including the 5-0 humiliation at Tottenham, as well as being dumped out of the FA Cup. And with several big ties still to come in their battle against a drop, Van de Beek has warned his colleagues time is running out to take action. "I think everyone has to stand up and take some responsibility," he told Sky Sports ahead of Everton's clash with West Ham on Sunday. "That's the only way to turn it around to win games. Everyone has to show responsibility now." Sadly for Van de Beek, his afternoon's work was prematurely cut short after he picked up an injury in the warm-up and was replaced by Mason Holgate in the starting side. It is the latest blow for Van de Beek, who's still fighting for his future at parent club Man United, ahead of another summer of upheaval at Old Trafford. Everton face a crucial fixture in their future in the coming week when they head to Turf Moor to face relegation rivals Burnley before hosting Man United next weekend, who are still engulfed in a crisis of their own as their top 4 hopes slip from grasp. Can Van de Beek still be a hit at Man United? Have your say in the comments below. Van de Beek will be ineligible for that clash, even if fit, and has had a mixed start out on loan at Everton, having initially drawn rave reviews from boss Lampard. Speaking a few weeks after Van de Beek had joined, Lampard said, "I'm really impressed. On a professional level, since speaking to him and coming and seeing him train and play, absolutely impressed with his fitness, his game sharpness. But when you watch him train it doesn't surprise you. When I think back to the time he's had at Manchester United, he's a top-level player. Things haven't quite worked out as well since then, however, with Van de Beek missing for Everton's only league win against Newcastle and could now face a spell on the sidelines when they need him most." Sky Sports pundit Jamie Carragher also singled out Van de Beek as one of the players for criticism after the Spurs drubbing, pointing blame as his lack of athleticism to compete in the English top flight. "Whenever you see teams who are worst in the league away from home, the first thing that comes to mind is they're weak, they're soft. That can never be Everton, it can't," Carragher said. "If Everton are not going to be good enough, it can be quality, and they're not, they're miles away. As I said, that back 4 is championship level, but for Everton not to be physical, aggressive, making it tough. That's just what Everton have always been, even when they've not been at the best. Fundamentally this group of players at this club is so weak now. The lack of athleticism in that Everton team is frightening. When you look at midfield, Allen can't run. Donny van de Beek's come in, he can't run. None of the back 4 can run." Van de Beek may be hopeful his former Ajax boss Erik ten Hag lands the top job at United this summer, given he is one of the leading candidates, and the pair worked well together during the run to the Champions League semi-finals in 2018-19. Of all the potential candidates, ten Hag would be most likely to give Van de Beek a chance to prove himself at United. Speaking about his former player's lack of game time in December, ten Hag told Volkskrant, "Donny, I find that hard. It's a mortal sin. If you haven't had a chance yet, then development will also stall. Every now and then you encourage them.